Hi, I'm Sebi, and I'm here with a report about TrapWire. TrapWire was a recent leak that was published on WikiLeaks about a cooperative effort between local businesses, government, and basically anywhere that has a CCTV setup, closed circuit television setups. As long as there's, it's just a huge to do about this operation. And we don't know too much about this whole operation, but what we do know is that it's straight out of an Orwellian nightmare. We essentially have Big Brother, the government, using a piece of software that siphons video feeds from everywhere, from the subway, from, if you're walking down the main street of a city, so on and so forth. And this is happening right now. This isn't coming to fruition. It's not about to happen. It's currently ongoing. And this is something that I think is crucial for my listeners and the people watching this video to understand, is that this has actually been going on for quite some time now. And I'm going to get into everything that I've been able to dig up. Right now, what basically TrapWire is that it's a software that is basically acting as a hidden means to keep track of everyday citizens in all these so-called free countries, like what our current country, the United States of America, has turned into a kind of tyrannical police state that spies down on you. Those words are borrowed; those are not my own words. But basically, what is going on here is that we have statements being drawn up about certain characteristics of TrapWire. The first one being that it uses facial recognition technology to keep an identity on suspects, to identify and to keep a certain identity on suspects, so we can easily track their movements. Now, the reason why they're doing this, and the reason they're giving, the interesting thing to find out is that TrapWire is actually a company located in, I believe, Reston, Virginia, and they're a public, supposedly open, arm-warming, hugging individuals that just they're looking for your best interests. So, what are the best interests that they're telling you? Well, they're telling you that they're doing this for your own protection. It's to monitor the movements of everyday citizens, because this is the only way we can tell if you're a terrorist or not. Yes, it's absolutely absurd. They actually keep track of your locations in multiple different spots geographically, and they'll just track you throughout the city or wherever you're coming from, wherever they're set up, and wherever you've been. They're monitoring you constantly to see that if you go too close to a nuclear plant, or you go too frequently to a bus station that may be acting as some kind of drug drop-off point, or perhaps you're buying weapons from some guy in the alleyway. So they're doing this, and the interesting thing is that they're just out in the open telling us this. In a statement produced by TrapWire, which, by the way, TrapWire is produced by a company that is now called TrapWire Inc., which is an offshoot, from my understanding. I'm not sure if this is completely correct, but it is an offshoot of a company called Abacus, which is a company that is composed of former CIA operatives and spooks, if you will. So basically, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But here's a statement made by TrapWire Inc. TrapWire is a unique predictive software system designed to detect patterns indicative of terrorist attacks. My fellow Americans, freedom under a tyrannical government is a terrorist attack, okay? So as you see our government getting more and more tyrannical and overstepping into the private lives of citizens, you're going to start seeing certain things that we call freedom, they're going to start labeling as potentially harmful movements or actions, or so on and so forth, because